Okay.
Hi, I'm
So,
here.
Chris, was there anything that you saw this week? I know we did it Monday, but
We did do it Monday. You know what? This is just a really tough time because there's not a lot going on. We're waiting for the last few movies of the year to come out.
just before the big Oscar
Just
push.
before the big Oscar
Like
push. I
we're-
mean, but there's still the rest of the Marvel stuff. We got Rogue
Doctor
One,
Strange
Doctor
is
Strange
about to
is
hit.
coming. Well, Doctor Strange is in March, right?
No, Doctor
When is
Strange
it?
is like now.
No,
like 2
'cause-
weeks.
Is it 2 weeks?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got that. We've got
Rogue One is at Christmas.
Rogue One's Christmas. We got the Harry Potter movie
yeah, Larry
coming out.
Potash and the Forbidden Beast or whatever.
Yes.
That's going to happen.
And that looks great. And then, then we kick into phase 574 of the Marvel rollout next year. So.
Oh, yes. And let's see, what else? Yeah, the Oscar
Mrs.
movies
Pereg-
then. So
was it
starting
Mrs.
in November is when all the
Mrs.
Oscar
Peregrine
stuff.
is it
Mrs.
this week?
Peregrine, that's the Tim Burton one, which is getting great reviews.
Great reviews, so.
So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. And then all the TV stuff just came back. And I think that's why the news is a little soft.
Right.
Because all the news about that stuff happened. Most of the news is as things are coming out, whether the show looks like it's going to be a hit.
Right.
For example, episode 1 of season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Ghost Rider, did you watch it?
No. It's on.
Did you guys watch it? It's
Good.
The first episode of season 4 is great. Like the best episode they'd had of the series. And the effects are fantastic. Second episode, a little dull. Kind of disappointing. We talked about it on Enough Said. We're going to talk about it today again later because we've only got 4 topics. We've got 14 hours to fill. But the second episode felt like a filler. And then next week we have the vice president debate, so there's a pause. So it's like you give us one great episode, a filler, and then we got to wait another 2 weeks for an episode. I don't know. I think it's poor planning. I don't think they should have had a filler. I think they should have done something shocking to move the story forward so in 2 weeks you're like, I need it. I need S.H.I.E.L.D. But the interesting thing is there's lots of rumors circulating. One is that Netflix is circling Ghost Rider. That Ghost Rider being on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was a test to find out if there was an audience. And there is, as long as Nick Cage isn't in there, you know? So, yeah, and Nick Cage on Netflix is really great, too. Yeah, Nick Cage. But... I was watching The Wicker Man, and I was like, this doesn't seem like that great show.
No.
Or The Witcher. What's that one? The Witch one? Witch Hunter, or whatever. The one with him? Oh, terrible.
As opposed to the one where he's a sorcerer. Nick Cage really likes to do magic. I think that's
Yes.
what we learned from Nick Cage.
Well, he is magical.
Yes.
Haven't you ever seen that thing where they've got pictures of someone from the Civil War, and they look exactly like him, so they say he's a vampire?
He might be.
And he was in that vampire movie where he ate the cockroach.
Yes.
He had a real cockroach.
He's looked 55 since he was 25.
We have 2 people in the audience other than Too Much Scrolling, and they're not listening to me.
And they're related to you.
And they're related to me. Yes.
They're too busy Facebooking.
So anyway, watch episode 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then wait for the next one to see if it's any good. The second one, I wouldn't jump into that and think, yeah, it's going to just go right. No. Wait. Okay? But that was big news. Luke Cage hit yesterday. I haven't seen 1 second because I've had a little thing called a podcast marathon I've been preparing for.
Yes.
But holy cow, the internet's broken again because of Luke Cage. You guys were talking about it. I know Lil watched it last night. He came to help set up, and he was raving about it. I think Jack might have actually stayed up last night and watched it. Watched an episode. I mean, it's like, 13 episodes? Yeah, that's a little bit.
Are they full? Are they 42s or hours?
Well, it's Netflix. So they vary on Netflix.
Right.
They vary on Netflix. I'm pretty sure that they are full hours, so it's
Full hour.
close to 13 hours of storyline.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just went back and reread the 70s Luke Cage, the original Hero for Hire, which is funky and awesome. It is not this show. But you know what? I love this character now. It was always one of those peripheral characters. You know, he's in Avengers. You'd see him and stuff. You're like, oh, yeah, it's Luke Cage. Now I'm way ready for this. I'm way ready to watch this show. And I hear it's getting great reviews. And I hear the soundtrack is top-notch. So,
Who directed it? Do we know?
well, it's the TV show, so I don't know.
Right.
Do they ever say who the directors are? Really,
Well,
I
they
mean, you see them in
sometimes
the
do,
credits,
but yeah, sometimes. I mean,
I don't
it
know
just
who the
depends on
showrunner.
who's. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Wait for the Enough Said Patreon only. We'll get into that.
We'll get it going.
Or not. Here's one bit of news that came out that I did want to touch on because, so it seems like every movie is being made into a TV show. That's just kind of how it feels right now. And sadly, I'm excited about almost all of them. It's like you've already seen the movie, you didn't even like the movie, and you're excited about the TV show. Or like Lethal Weapon. I heard that the Lethal Weapon show is actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
After 2, Lethal Weapon is garbage. Why do we think they can make a TV show out of it? But who's going to watch it? And has 2 thumbs? This guy. Steven, you should just have a wireless mic because you're worse.
Just take the mic.
You hijack
take a
worse
mic.
than I
Just
do.
take a mic with you.
Yeah, you should think about the paradigm of the buddy cop movie, and the buddy cop movie being made into a TV show seems like a natural. Forget about that it's Riggs and Murtaugh. It's 2 fighting buddy cops that don't get along, and then suddenly they get along. So I think the concept is solid. That's why we're seeing a rebirth there.
Right.
I'm going to stop.
There's
hijacking
another one
your show.
There's another one that came out this week. It seems like half of This Week in Geek is talking about these movies being made to TV shows lately.
Right.
They're making The Italian Job into a TV show. I love the original. I love the remake. But is it going to be a heist every week? They couldn't make it 3 movies with
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11.
Right.
Yeah, but 2 was terrible. They couldn't do 3 good heist movies in a row. How
What are
you
you
going to do?
talking about? 2 terrible.
2 was terrible. Ocean's 12 was awful.
It looks good. That's all that matters.
No, and that's the one. That's the awful Julia Roberts one where she plays herself.
Come on,
Ugh.
the best part where it says you don't look anything like her. Come on.
Yeah, right.
That
one's terrible. The first one's great. And I like
Right.
her. She's Tess in the first one. I like her in that when she plays herself. And the criminal in it, terrible. But
Yes.
3 was good because it's the first movie done again.
right.
But there's a 3 in it.
That's too many most of the time. So.
Right. But they're
Well,
going to make a TV show of Italian Job. I mean, is
Right.
this?
Well, here's the issue that I have is how far are they really going to reach to not get any new content? Because
What do you mean?
well, so they're taking every movie and doing all of this stuff, or remaking movies, or remaking old TV shows into current TV shows. Why can't they come up with something on their own? I mean, we liberally steal from Britain. Why don't we steal something from English TV and put it on here and say it's ours?
Part of that is marketing. Like everyone says, Hollywood's out of ideas. You know what? I know plenty of people with plenty of ideas. I think ideas are everywhere. The problem is the marketing aspect of it. They know that Bewitched has a built-in audience, so they make a Bewitched movie.
Right.
It doesn't do great. It makes just enough. Eventually they go, you know what? We're going to go back to that well. We'll either do a remake or we'll do a spin-off as a TV show, and it'll make money for a season. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, we filled space, we sold advertising, and it was a known property. That's really all we're seeing. That's why all the movies are getting made into TV shows.
Right.
The difference is we're in, really, we've said it a lot, we're in the golden age of TV. We're in the platinum age of TV, where people that in the past would have been fighting to get a film made are able to bring their vision to TV where they can get that deal easier. They can be a showrunner, and not that it's easy, but they can be a showrunner and do their vision off of somebody else's property to sidestep themselves into, Hollywood.
Right.
So you're getting guys that are making, like Fargo is an amazing TV show. Could he have made Fargo like
No.
a sequel to Fargo? No.
Is it fair to say it's TV or just entertainment because you can get those
Well, it's produced
everywhere?
for television, I would say.
Well, it's in that format, but it's not being
But that's why it's
broadcast
the
that way.
platinum age of TV,
Right.
because they are able to do that. Something like Italian Job, though, is pretty thin.
Sure.
It was great. It was fun. We had the Mini Cooper race, and
Right.
like that's all cool. Can't do that every week. What sold that movie was good heist, good Mini Cooper thing. What happens in week 2?
Right.
Now we're going to race mopeds.
Maybe they chase
and
over
then
two
after that,
episodes.
We're going to race Gremlins. Remember the Gremlin? My dad had one. Yep.
I did.
He
for
had
a while
a Corvette and a Gremlin.
Too. Truly,
That's like a beer and a shot.
that's like a bar mat shot, a beer and a really good beer and a
Right.
bar mat shot.
That's my dad.
Well, you know what? You have the cool car and you have the practical fireball.
Oh, he had right. He had the cool car. That was a 68, 67.
Corvette.
The Corvette. Ooh, a 63 Corvette. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, he had a 63 Vet and then like a 72 Gremlin.
What kind of taillights did it have? Did it have fins?
Yeah, look at that. Look, I get blamed.
What? You hoped a fiery Met crash?
Because I was born.
Yes.
And it was a convenient excuse when I died. Oh, jeez, it was a Gremlin.
I didn't know about the fuel tank. Sorry. Yeah, no,
it wasn't the Gremlin that blew up. What was the other one?
No, the Gremlin did too. That's the one with the gas in the back, right?
No,
it was all glass
was
in the back.
No, the Pacer had the bubble. No, there was another one.
Look, the Gremlin had
welcome to the Old Man Club. The Pinto.
The Nina and the Santa Maria?
Yes, the Pinto, because our friend Jim had one, and he kept getting in accidents, and it was like, you know you're playing with fire. Literally. Like, he kept getting in these little fender benders. You're like, a little fender bender is an explosive car. Now it's called the Samsung Galaxy.
Hello.
Thank you. Look, I didn't get booed.
It's a long day.
It's a long day. 14 hours.
At the end of this 2-hour session, we're going to get plenty of blues, I'm sure.
You know, I'm using this Verizon tablet, and it keeps shutting down, so I keep losing everything. Did you have one you wanted to bring up, or you're now?
I was looking up the
cars?
Gremlin because
he's looking up the Gremlin. Next, he's going to be playing Pokemon. This is how our show goes.
No, I've got other games. So, all right, so
that's why Edward's here.
Your favorite actor.
Kevin James
actually looks like
I hate Kevin James.
He might be making a semi-decent movie.
Really?
This Memoirs of an International Assassin.
Here come the booze.
Well, I'm just saying it doesn't look horrible.
It's a deep cut joke.
It is a deep cut joke. So I don't know.
You know what?
It doesn't look horrible because that new TV show he's doing is
awful. See,
I heard his first joke. This was the best thing they put out there, and it was like, you just took whatever. What was the last show he was on?
King of Queens.
King of Queens. It was like that extension.
So
without.
I bust on Kevin James a lot, and I'll tell you what. It's not that I don't think he can be funny.
Right.
Okay. Believe it or not, with our daughter, we watched Zookeeper. I thought Zookeeper was a good kids movie. You hated it. You know what? For a kids movie, we had fun with it.
That's the most disdain I've ever seen from Steve. Right there.
It's just like Chipmunks. The first Chipmunks, we had fun with it. You put yourself in a 7-year-old watching the movie. They have fun. You have fun. Okay.
Yes.
Jason Lee is in it, right? Alvin! And then he stink pumps him. There's another deep cut joke for you. There we go.
Wait.
Yes.
Waiting for it?
So anyway, my problem with Kevin James is, number one, I don't think he's a very good actor. Number two, he looks like he is about to cry. He's that fat kid everyone was picking on, and he looks like somebody's about to steal his lunch money all the time. And to me, that gets old.
I'm pointing
really
at
quick.
Rob, so I'm just.
I was the kid they were stealing the lunch money, but I don't walk around in mopey
Are you bitter?
face.
Are you bitter because you thought you could have been that person?
No, but I watch him and I just get irritated. And it might be some weird, deep-seated, Hold on. Does someone have a couch? I want to lay down here for a second.
Tell me how you feel, Rob.
Yeah, I'll tell you. She's right there. We can talk about my dad. I've got lots to say about him. We've been cleaning the garage. I've got lots to say about my dad. So anyway, where were we at? Kevin James. He sucks. Okay, what else do we have? Hey, good morning, everybody. We're doing a 14-hour podcast marathon, so get comfy.
So we're getting ready.
You don't have to stay 14 hours, 13 and a half.
We're an hour and a half in. Almost
Are
2
we?
hours. 2 hours in. So we have 12 hours left.
And I've only had
and it's only seemed like 10 days.
I've only had one espresso. What else do we have?
You're asking me. You're looking at the same site I am. I don't know what we're talking about.
You're not coming up with one. Haley Atwell wants an Agent Carter movie.
That's a shock. Gee, yeah, I want more Marvel money.
Right.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah, hey, I'd like to be in more movies.
Next week there's going to be a headline, Rob Southgate wants a Nuff Said movie. I do.
Yes, I want 10 more Blue Box Cafes. Yes, we can do it. So.
Chris Mao wants 10 more Blue Box Cafes. Amazing. Shocking, really.
Yeah. I think it would be good, especially since they, I hate to say, pulled the plug on Agent Carter.
I liked Agent Carter.
I did too. I thought it was good. It was very entertaining.
The second season, the first half of the second season had issues. And they went the wrong direction with the show. First season, they had it right. Second season, they missed the mark some.
Right.
But there were things in that second season that were different
Sure.
that I really enjoyed. You want to hear the weirdest thing? I don't really like musicals that much. It's not my thing, okay? My mom, I know. Oh, I wish he liked musicals. She wishes Nathan Lane was her son. mother. But for me, I'm not really into it. But in Agent Carter, there is a musical episode in the second season where they break into this musical thing. Jack, we loved it. We're like, how did we love this? Like, we usually would be like busting all over. It was great.
I'm sure it was.
It was. Well, it was supposed to be like a dream sequence. And when they wake up, they're like, oh, what was that? And you're like, that was fabulous. It was really funny. And Hallie Atwell's great.
Yeah,
so.
she is. She's a talented person.
Yeah, she's awesome. So
here, yeah. Well, you know what? I always think when you put that in there, that's truly a sign of when you're giving up. That in the
musical episode
in the series in your the life of your series, when you get to the musical episode, it's time that the showrunner is doing something else.
Hour 12 here is going to be a musical episode, just so you guys are aware.
Alil and I are doing Fat Man Duet.
Yeah, the milkshake.
We're just going to sing. So here's a great shocker that they have on Joe Blow, and this is like the first page. Zack Snyder reveals that Deathstroke's going to be in the movie. It'd be in Justice League after they've cast it and shown pictures
of it.
Hey,
everywhere.
He's going to be in the movie. Great, thanks.
You know what? But this is what so for doing this show, we're always looking at the geek news, and you get all this stuff. What we've really found, you always say like, oh, they're recycling stories. You start realizing they really recycle stories. This gets tweeted out 6 months ago. All of a sudden, it's the exact same language, the exact same picture,
right?
But it's news this week.
It's almost like he put it on. What's one of those apps that lets you determine when you can tweet?
Right,
TweetDeck?
like TweetDeck.
It's TweetDeck,
and it went out, and it's like, wow, this is news.
Yeah, instead of it being March 29th, it's September 29th, and I said, oops.
Yeah. So I think that's all it is. It's not that he put it out. It's that, hey, we could get more traction by throwing this out there, but Joe Blow picked it up. Wouldn't they look back in their archives and figure that out?
Yeah, if we've picked it out off of Joe Blow, because didn't
we talked about it?
Who we talked about it, but who tweeted it? Wasn't it Cavill tweeted it? Or not?
No, I thought Snyder did.
Snyder did, but somebody else in the movie tweeted a picture of him.
Right.
It's like, okay,
we've seen it.
I think it was Ben Affleck that did it.
Did he?
It was an on-set because they were talking about it.
He's doing his own thing. Hey, look, the Amish are here.
Carmen, come on. Be nice.
I am.
It's early. Be nice.
No. Right. He's a witness.
The karma chameleon is coming out from that, but that's okay. We're going.
Isn't that meaner? I think it is. Let's see. What else do we have?
That's bad.
Johnny Depp, Daisy Ridley are going to be on Murder on the Orient Express. Now, great. I like both of them a lot.
Right.
I love the book. We've seen the story played out 400 times.
And we've seen Masterpiece Theater twice.
Yeah, so this is another case, like you were saying, are they out of ideas? They're dipping back to that well again. I don't think it's been long enough, but maybe it has. When was there a last Murder on the Orient Express? The Doctor Who episode.
Doctor Who episode. Is what
Murder on the Orient Express in space was awesome.
Yes, it was great.
That was awesome. So, I don't know. Is anyone excited about this?
Anyone?
No? No?
You don't have to participate. Nobody else is. It's okay.
No, he just gave me the finger. That's participation.
Oh, that's a thumbs up, Rob. Wrong finger.
Oh, sorry.
I apologize.
It's these glasses.
Thank
It's
you.
hard to
We appreciate that very much.
Boo. Are you guys out of here?
Oh.
Well.
First and 10.
Wow. Have fun,
Do you
Chip.
laugh after every first and 10? That's a first down.
We'll see you at Christmas, Santa. Bye, Chip. Thanks.
So, but in this Murder in the Orient Express, the script is by Michael Green, who did Blade Runner 2, which wasn't horrific.
I wouldn't know it. Blade Runner 2 hasn't come out yet.
But that's what he's written. But he's writing, and he's doing Alien Covenant.
Horrific.
Yes, I'm
Are
just
you
saying.
thinking of Blade?
I was thinking of Blade, but
Blade 2 was awesome.
Blade 2
I don't
was
know if it
awesome.
had a great
But still,
script, but it was
he's
awesome. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you know what? It's got good pedigree
he's-
behind it.
he's
I hope
writing
it's
two
good.
big scripts,
The
so-
only problem is we know the ending. No spoilers, because I'm sure there are people that don't know. William is too young to know the ending of that. Hey, spoiler. Spoiler alert.
You die at
Justin
30 in
Bieber
Logan's
is starring
Run.
in that in 2024, so don't spoil it.
In Jaws or Titanic, the ship sinks at the
Right.
end.
Let's see what else.
Here's the thing. Like Johnny Depp, he can be very, very interesting, but he plays he's like turned into.
Well, Well, this happens. They become a caricature of themselves,
right, and
sort
he
of.
has to become the brooding guy. It's like, dude, you're 45 or 50. You're not the brooding 25-year-old. Let's move on. Because he is talented. He's obviously
really
a talented
talented.
guy.
Johnny Depp, the interesting thing with him is if you look at his career early, he was working with directors. He was using really interesting directors. Like Tim Burton was
Right.
not an entity at that point. So he did a couple of really experimental type things for Tim Burton. He did stuff for Jim Jarmusch. He worked in the indie film stuff and grew his reputation. Then he exploded with Disney and started doing these big character pieces, which he's great at, but now that's what Hollywood wants because it's bankable. It goes back to that marketing thing.
Mm-hmm.
So doing this is a safe movie. My guess is he's doing this safe movie so he can get something more interesting made. Or he just is getting a divorce and he needs the Brinks truck backed up so he can pay off Amber Heard. Isn't that who it is, Amber Heard?
Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he has a contract. I'm sure he has to produce some movies, so he does that.
X amount,
and
yeah.
there is that trade-off, and I don't mind. But
this
I
looks
don't
like a
see-
good one,
But I
but-
don't see the interesting stuff from him. I haven't really seen.
Right.
I mean, he
He needs
has
to get
stepped
back
out.
to it. Tom Hanks did the same thing. Tom Hanks made a lot of great movies, and then he kind of made good ones, but they were kind of safe.
Yeah, but
and
now he's making great
Now
movies
he's making
again.
really good movies again. And I think Depp will have that same kind of thing as long as he stays away from Tonto.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. It's funny.
And
I
it's
didn't
not-
see that yet, and I want to see it.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do,
It's-
because I want to see everything.
It's really a waste of 2 hours, truthfully.
I watched Waterworld.
And you know what?
Twice.
No, hold on. Waterworld is not a bad movie.
Yes, it is.
It's not. It's not. But the problem is that the expectation was we're spending.
It is a bad movie.
a
Kevin
quarter of $1 billion.
Costner sucks in that movie. Terrible.
No,
Are you blaming me or the movie? Me.
you know.
I watched it twice and
just
I love
because
it.
it's Mad Max on water doesn't mean anything.
That's just it. It's not good. Kevin Costner's not good in it. But Dennis Hopper's awesome in it. I want my
Gene
cigarettes.
Triplehorn's pretty good. I mean,
She almost died on the first day of filming that. Did you know that? She fell in the water and almost drowned and then stayed on because it's like, oh, it's a paycheck.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
I'm sure it was a good one,
She
too.
almost drowned. And the kid almost did, too, I think. I'm just making stuff up now.
somebody else almost
Donald
drowned.
Trump was in it, too. He almost drowned. It's amazing.
He had made a comment about it that
That's right.
he later
They
retracted.
saw his hair floating on the water. They went, save him! Anyway. All right. Trump jokes don't work in this crowd.
No.
They do with Steven, though. No, that's Chip. Let's
One
see.
of our two audience members, you're confusing him? Boo. How about that? Boo.
JJ, this is something that came out in the last couple days. J.J. Abrams teased a Portal movie coming out. I'm with you.
There we go. Yeah.
Portal is awesome. Now you look at it and you go, is there story? There is story. And this could be really cool, especially Abrams knows how to do this kind of thing.
Yes.
And I know he gets some flack. I like Abrams. I like him. He makes a ton of money.
hold on.
But when
He
you get
does
into the
the-
geek
hold
community
on.
and you bring up Abrams, they're like, oh, all his lens flare, and he doesn't know how to write an ending. Shut up.
Yeah, no kidding.
Episode
What
7
is-
was awesome.
Star
Trek
Episode
was
7,
awesome.
Star Trek was awesome.
Yeah. Alias is awesome. It falls apart at some point. I don't think he was sitting there like, let me write an ending
on.
to Alias.
Yeah.
Alias
Hold
was awesome.
Let alone write
Lost
one,
was
hold on.
awesome.
Write one good season of one show.
Yeah.
I mean, Alias was good for probably 3 or 4. Lost was, of the 7, was good 4 of them.
No, I
3 of
love
them were-
Lost.
Yeah, Lost was good. But
I
there
love
were
every minute except the
5
Jewel
and 6
Heist episode.
5 and 6 got a little.
I still love it.
It was good, but got a
Because
little
Sawyer.
sketchy.
That's all you.
Yes.
As soon as Sawyer shows up in any scene, you're like,
When they
yep.
got rid of Hobbit, when they got rid of
Yeah, when they got rid
Angry-
of. Well, he's
Angry
short Hobbit, not Fat Hobbit. I love Fat Hobbit.
You do
Not
love Fat
Penny's
Hobbit.
boat. Not Penny's boat. Oh, look at the missing finger. Not Penny's finger. Nicolas Cage and Russell Brand have a straight-to-video comedy Army of One. Did you guys talk about that? You talked about something with Nicolas Cage.
No, we talked about something with.
Oh, Luke Cage, right. So Luke Cage
They
and
said
Russell
not to be.
Brand have a movie coming
They said
out.
Luke Cage not to be confused with Nicolas Cage, and you think that's the show was
It's the
about?
same
it.
thing.
Oh, they mentioned it.
It's the
all
same thing.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
He's cosplaying Luke Cage right now. See you guys.
And he would totally kick you.
No, he loves me. He's been here before.
Yes, he has.
He loves me. So anyway,
Hey, that guy loves me.
Do you want to see this? I want to see this, even though it's video. Russell Brand and Nick Cage in some kind of like anything.
It's no National Treasure 3. That's all I got to say.
Rumors about that are happening again too.
You know what? The first one was good. The second one is a reach. The third one's going to be flush the toilet.
First one was great.
No, it was great.
I actually like the second one, but it's got problems. But a lot of that type of film does because they try to recapture. They didn't go different enough, and they focused on the wrong things.
Oh, you mean capture the president in an underground labyrinth of a Civil War house? And
they could make a third one. This could be one of these Pandora's box. They keep finding different routes, and they keep doing it. That could be interesting every time. They just need to go a little bit more into the conspiracy element of it and not make as much up.
Right.
Use the stuff that's already made up. Work from there. Okay, what else do we have? Michael Shannon.
Yeah.
In Death Wish.
Dude, he's awesome.
He's awesome. And, I didn't care about Death Wish, but I don't know. What is the current war? Oh, no, he's going to be in the current war. Elizabeth Shue is in Death Wish. So that's the one with, what's his name?
I can't think. Sorry, I'm not. I'm on that.
The bald guy from Die Hard that was a jerk. What's his name? He's a jerk in real life.
Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis, yes. Bruce Willis. Sorry, Bruce Willis. I'm just going by what it says in the tabs. So he's making Death Wish, or at least at this point, and Elizabeth Shue has joined that. Has she been in anything in a while?
Cocktail.
40 years ago.
She Adventures in Babysitting. What was that? Another one, The Saint. That's another one with a...
Was she in The Saint?
Yes, actually.
Oh, yeah, with... oh, boy, you should see him now.
Yeah,
you
Val
think we
Kilmer.
look bad? Val Kilmer looks bad.
That was
we have surpassed him on the hottest men in America list.
What? In the...
People put us above him.
Bloated Val Kilmer. So.
Bloated Val Kilmer. Wow.
So, but in Death Wish... Vincent D'Onofrio is supposed to be in it, so that adds credibility or a paycheck.
It's getting more interesting.
Mike Epps will be in there, so...
Mike Epps? Is he related to Omar Epps? I like Omar Epps in movies. Who's Mike Epps?
I'm pulling up a picture.
Is it another Ep?
He's another Ep. You've seen him before.
Is that Omar Epps? Is that
That's
a different
Mike Epps. No, Omar Epps is a little bit younger. Mike Epps is a comedian.
Is he? Okay.
He's pretty funny.
I recognize him. I just don't remember. All right. What? You got one?
Go ahead.
No, I got one.
Go.
What do you got, though?
Nothing. Go. I was going to make another comment about it.
I was going to talk about The Purge. So they're now talking about The Purge 4.
Actually happening?
Oh, yes. And this is the weirdest thing. What do you think they're going to do with The Purge? They're going to make a TV show out of it. How is that going to work? Although, you know what?
Isn't that called Running Man? I'm just...
well, they're making, yes. With Richard Dawson.
Are you going to be Richard Dawson?
I just fell into a rabbit hole over that one. How awesome is that? Welcome to the Running Man, live at the Blue Box. No, but now that I'm saying the TV show, it might work. And they're making The Warriors into a TV show, a 13-week or whatever, 13-episode TV show. And at first I was like, what's that? It's one night in New York and the gangs. It's going to work. In my head, all of a sudden it works. As I was saying this, I'm thinking...
How is The Warriors as a TV show going to work?
I think it's going to work.
How can you have the...
Because it's not going to be one night spread over 13 weeks. Not like this show.
It's going to be 13 weeks spread over one night is what it's going to be.
No, it's going to be... It's going to be the story. You're probably going to focus on one gang and the dynamics within that gang. But think about it. Every week, they're having run-ins with these other wild gangs. And you've got to set it after the movie The Warriors. You've got to set it either. It could be a 70s piece.
Can I be
But
Cyrus?
It's got to be kind of like when in Escape from New York. Like they've got to be in a situation like that where at night all hell breaks loose. Same thing as The Purge.
Yeah.
The Purge can be... We are now living in a society where it's gone past one night a year, all hell has broken down, or all society has broken down, and now we've got this situation. It becomes The Walking Dead, which I think worked as a TV show.
Yeah, but that was, yeah.
Fear did not, though. Did you guys watch Fear, The Walking Dead? Anybody?
Yeah, what?
I like it. But
I like it a lot.
The second half of the season has been terrible. There have been a lot of problems. And you know what? Part of the problem is
they split up.
His name isn't on now? You never see him anymore. I don't know if he died. I can't remember.
Who?
Ruben Blades. I love Ruben Blades.
He died.
Did he die?
Dude, the whole reason of the first season is over is because he walked into where all the dead were and torched them all.
Oh, yeah.
You mean where he soaks himself in gasoline and lights himself on fire? That part.
That was awesome.
Where he lost his mind.
That.
I mean, well, he had, of course,
But
he had the past.
I loved him. He was the best part. Him and Nick, the kid.
Yeah.
And I liked Nick's sister. She's made some dumb choices.
She's coming around. Well, she came around like Carol did.
But
like in the beginning, Carol.
Yeah, I hated Carol.
If Carol would have gotten chomped right away, it wouldn't have mattered now.
Yeah. But now Carol's awesome.
Yes. And I can't wait for that 3 weeks from
3 weeks.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm ready
October
for it.
23rd.
Okay, what do you got? Or do I have to keep going?
Okay, no. So, have you seen the trailers for, and I'm trying to, Keeping Up With? So, it's Gal
The
Gadot.
Kardashians? No, I hate that show.
No. So, it's Gal Gadot, Isla Fisher, Zach Galifianakis, and John Hamm. So, Gal Gadot and
I like everything you just said.
Gal Gadot and John Hamm move into this suburban neighborhood, and they're both stunning-looking people, blah, blah, blah. Isla Fisher.
No.
Well, exactly. I know, it's hard. Hard to believe. Isla Fisher and Zach Galifianakis are the typical suburban family. And they notice that they think, hey, they're weird. So, of course, they spy on them.
Right.
Well, Gal Gadot and John Hamm turn out to be international spies.
Okay.
Using Zach
So it's like the neighbors of Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
It is
what this is
basically
be.
what it is, but so they do the typical. Well, they follow them because they want, honey, we need some excitement, so let's follow the cool couple in the neighborhood.
What would be great is if they went out to they figured out by going to lunch, and it turns out to be Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis that they're having lunch with.
Dude, well, hold on, would that be a great neighborhood if you could get all of those couples?
All
like
of them
all
there,
those spy couples,
and the couple
Mr. and
from,
Mrs. Smith, and
the couple
but they're
from,
really fighting out
from the Americans, and they're all in different houses. They're all spies, and none of them know they are.
Right,
they're all trying to hide it.
I think that would be a great.
And then the Warriors show up
with Ghost Rider.
With Ghost Rider, because Ghost Rider's awesome.
And
talk about that
then
yet?
the zombie apocalypse comes, and Rick Grimes comes.
4 stars.
4 million stars.
4 million stars.
I want to know who would write it, though. Zack Snyder would.
No. He'd just direct it. Lots of slow-mo shots. Only it's
Why did you say that name?
It's like lawn mowing, so you see the grass go. Hey, look, they're here.
Hey.
Hi, guys. And Jack. Welcome to Jacking Around. So, all right.
That's right.
We got more stuff on here.
We do.
I went past it.
Although I will say Zach is looking really good now that he lost some weight. Although
Who's Zach?
Zach Galifianakis. Although his comedy doesn't play as well without him being a little frumpy.
Did you see the Between Two Ferns with him and Hillary?
Oh,
that was amazing.
Yes.
How he got her to do that, and he plays a Trump commercial in the middle of it. Oh, the whole thing was great.
It is fantastic.
Thank you, lady. So let's see. What else do we have on here? What We Do in Shadows is going to be a TV show. Did you see that show?
No.
Or that movie, What We Do in Shadows? I haven't seen it. Has anybody seen
I
What We
have
Do in Shadows? Is it good? I heard it's really good.
It's very avant-garde. It's very New Zealand.
Okay.
If you enjoy...
That would be What We Dingo
Why
in
didn't
Shadows.
you take the microphone with
Hijack
you?
your show again. If you enjoy your New Zealand comedy, if you enjoy those...
Wilfred? Yes, please.
It is very avant-garde and...
Good.
Making a TV show out of it would certainly work as a sitcom.
Yes.
All right.
A very weird, the It Crowd meets vampires sitcom. I would watch the heck
I like
out of that.
everything you just said.
Did you turn the power on and off?
I would watch the heck out of that.
That sounds awesome. So special guest star, Stephen Fodor from Too Much Scrolling.
Hijacking shows since
Hijacking
2012.
Right. You need a T-shirt. Hijacking shows since 2012.
Just walk on, so that'd be good. So what did you take of the Max Steel? Did you see the trailer
I still
for it?
didn't watch that.
No?
That was the one Edward really liked.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
I loved it. You thought it was cool.
Well, it's, Iron Man
heard-
it looks good. It just seems like another of that kind of.
I've heard it's good. I know that he really liked it. Yeah, I mean, we're going to watch it.
Of course we are.
Wow. I think we hit
We did.
all the big news, did we?
All the news that's
incredible.
fit to print.
That's incredible. I can't believe we did it. But wait. No, there isn't more.
But wait.
Well, see, we've got an issue. So we have a lineup change that has occurred. 10 o'clock was supposed to be Elliot Serrano. 9:45 we were going to do a 15-minute Disturbed. We cannot do a 15-minute Disturbed because now Elliot isn't going to be here till 4, so that means Disturbed is going to be longer, or we got to fill time.
We could do Disturbed longer. We have a lot to talk about, I think.
Yeah, but we okay.
We haven't talked about Disturbed. We haven't done American Horror Story. We could talk about that.
Well, I was okay. So let's wrap this one
Because
we're
waiting for a third guest for our Doctor Who Pop Culture Countdown.
Yes. And I don't have.
Are you sure?
I don't.
She hasn't even said hi, and she's already stuffing a cupcake in her mouth. Doesn't even say. It's like hi.
Yep.
Yes, and didn't even come in and say hi to the owner of the restaurant and
Right.
order food. Hi, Molly.
There were no hugs. Did you even see Kathleen? Wow. Terrible. Did you even get me coffee?
I expect that from your mom, but not you.
So, all right. There is nobody watching us right now on Periscope. And we've got the best shot we've ever had. This looks great.
This is the best we look. I'm sorry, folks.
Ever. We shaved.
I heard my wife gave me a little bit of...
Your wife said it to you because I was already getting flack, and then she put it on Facebook that I hadn't shaved. So
It's a weekday. It's a day that ends in Y. Of course he didn't shave.
Yeah, really. I had to do some manscaping. Yeah, right. It's like, you ever see, remember Malcolm in the Middle at the beginning with their shit? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. So anyway, I think that's it for This Week in Geek. Are we done?
I think that's it, yeah.
That's it for This Week in Geek. Thank you, Blue Box.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. And
What show is
now-
Steve going to hijack next?
Right.